Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another game of Strat-O-Matic baseball. Happy Friday to all. Happy Hour Friday. Today's game, Philadelphia Phillies at Cincinnati Reds. This is the rubber game of a 3-game set. Phillies won the last game. Cincinnati won the first game of the series. Phillies at 33-27 are in third place, and the Reds at 26-31 are in seventh place, just a game behind the Cardinals. Lefty Chris Short takes the mound for the Phillies, right-hander Sammy Ellis for the Reds. Checking in on the chat here, we have Frank with the pre-play, a nail-biter for Frank, extra inning. 7-6 Phillies. Hello, Ben. Welcome back. Hello, Mike. Hello, Ernest is back. Interesting, Ben. Huh. Well, I'm glad I haven't succumbed to that. I wonder why they're doing that. I don't like it. Of course, it's changed, so naturally I don't like it at first. I guess we'll see how it goes. Oh, yeah. Trying to muster some energy here today. All right. Yeah, one of those weird sleeping nights, I'm afraid. Chris Short. Okay, let's get to the stats. Chris Short, 5-6, 4.22. He's made 15 starts, 6 complete games, 2 of them shutouts. 113 innings pitched, which ranks among the league leaders. 79 strikeouts for Short. For the right-hander Ellis, 3-5 with a nice 3.04 ERA. 12 starts, 2 complete games, 77 innings of work, 64 strikeouts. Neither pitcher has given up a lot of home runs, per se. Oh, wow. So I would show up as at Aqualung 56 or whatever. I wonder why. My first guess is privacy issues would be the obvious one. Wow, demos in RJL. Wow. Why? I mean, I get the privacy thing. You'll even notice in the pictures you guys have sent me, I've labeled them with first name, last initial. I'm not going to put your whole name up there. Well, more, what would you call it? More social network issues, I guess. Social media, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I digress. Here's the Phillies lineup. Cookie Rojas leading it off at second base. Johnny Callison in right field. Dick Allen in left hits third. Bill White at first base in the cleanup spot. Tony Gonzalez in center field. Clay Dalrymple the catcher. Dick Grote is at short. Tony Taylor gets the start at third base today. And Short, the pitcher, hitting ninth. I got to ask you, anybody else besides me happy to see Phil Linz out of the Phillies lineup? Interestingly, though, Linz is out hitting Taylor, albeit not by much. Yeah, exactly. Because you know me, I haven't touched anything. Hell, I'm afraid to. I might screw it up. Here's the umpires. Lee Wire behind the plate, Bill Williams at first, Tom Gorman at second, and Tony Venzone down at third. Exactly, Ernest. Let's play ball. Ellis is ready to go to work. Cookie Rojas will lead it off for the Phillies. Rojas comes in at 243, 3 home runs, 20 RBIs. Ellis into the windup, and here we go. It's a 2-6 right. He bangs that one into left field for a leadoff single, and we are underway. Maybe I shouldn't have that sitting out. The cat will get it. Okay, runner on first, nobody out. The batter is Johnny Callison. Callison at 283, 7 home runs, 36 RBIs. Rojas, normally not a threat to run. Let's check the battery. Ellis with a +1 hold. Coker with a +2 arm. It makes it a little more interesting with a +3 battery. 16, he's not a star stealer. But with that 9 automatic caught, we're going to go ahead and let Callison swing away. And here's the pitch from the stretch. It's a 2-7 right-handed, and he loses in ball 4. First 2 batters reach for the Phillies. And up steps the always dangerous Dick, don't call me Richie, Allen. Allen at 362 on the year, 14 home runs, which leads the ball club. 36 runs batted in. Ellis the full windup. The pitch to Allen on a 6-11. Base hit into left field. That's an open single. Rojas can try to score on that. 12. Johnson a +1. 13. And they're going to hold him up. And they'll have the bases loaded with nobody out and Bill White coming to the plate. And Coker's going out to the mound already. Bill White among the National League RBI leaders with 48, 273 average with 10 home runs. So Coker trying to settle down Ellis. White waiting. Coker back behind the dish. Infield at double play depth now. Here's the pitch to White. It's going to be a 1-2, and he hits him. That's going to force in a run. Hit by pitch with the bases loaded. And Sammy Ellis is all over the place here in the first inning. Pitching coach out to the mound. Coker back out there. Reds buying some time while they look for a long man down in the bullpen. And that's going to be the right-hander, Hank Fisher, begins to toss lightly. What aren't you seeing, Frank? Hello, unmitigated. Here we are on a happy hour Friday. Is anybody happy houring? You know what I'm drinking. Coastal Peaks Cosmo. Here's Tony Gonzalez. Bases loaded, nobody out, 1 run in. Gonzalez at 277, 1 homer, 17 RBIs. Ellis with the windup and the pitch is a 6-11 left-handed. Fly ball to center, backing up is Pinson. He makes the catch as Callison tags up and scores, and it's 2-0. Allen can go to third. 15-17, Pinson a -2, 15. He's going to try for it. Allen's tagging up, and he'll take third. So first and third, That's the first out of the inning. Well, apparently, Frank, it hasn't affected my channel, at least not yet. Here's Dalrymple betting 300 on the year, 3 home runs, 14 RBIs. And the Reds are going to bring the infield in with 1 out. Dalrymple and A. Bunter. Doesn't hit into a lot of double plays. And here's the pitch. 4-8, swung on and missed, strike 3. That's a big strikeout for Ellis. That'll bring up the shortstop, Dick Grote. Grote hitting just .207, 1 homer, 21 RBIs. Ellis trying to get out of this with as minimal damage as possible as he comes set and delivers the pitch to the plate on a 2-10. Rips that into the left center gap, triple to 9, and that's going to be a triple. Scoring is Allen. White, they're waving him in. Grote digging for third, and he's in there with a 2-run triple. And just like that, it's 4-0 Phillies. Ellis has pitched so well this season, we have to give him at least a little leeway. And here's Taylor. The pitch to Tony Taylor on a 3-8. He walks him. And the Phillies are going to bat around here in the first. We had a blowout yesterday. Short is a right-handed hitter. Ellis comes in with a 2-9, struck him out. For the Phillies, 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first, Philadelphia 4, Cincinnati coming to bat. Reds have lost 7 out of their last 10. They were making a pretty good run at it for a while. Remember, they had an 8-game winning streak not that long ago. Hello there, Mangler. Yeah, that's what I would have done, Ben. As he gets up to turn the heater down. I forgot all about that. Okay, here's the Reds lineup. They're in a 4-0 hole here. Tommy Harper leading off in right field. Pete Rose at second base. Vada Pinson is in center. The young Tony Perez at first base hits cleanup. Darren Johnson in left field. Tommy Helms at third base. Leo Cardenas at shortstop. Jimmy Coker will do the catching and hit 8. And Ellis, the pitcher, bats 9th. We've actually warmed up to, this says 61. I'm not sure I believe that. I'm going to go to the Weather Channel. Pretty close. It says 60. Okay, Harper stands in. Harper, where is Harper? 204, no home runs, 6 RBIs. Short with the windup on the pitch. 2-8 right-hander, 2-8 left-hander, high fly ball to left. Allen backing up and puts it away. Homer on a 1 only. And the batter will be Pete Rose. The switch hitter steps into the right-handed batter's box, leading the team in hitting at .293, 2 home runs, 13 RBIs. Short's pitch is a 1-8 lefty, and he inside outs that one into right field, dropping in front of Callison for a base hit. So Rose is aboard with 1 down. Short a 0, Dalrymple with a good -2 arm. And the batter will be Vada Pinson. Pinson at 247, 4 home runs, team leading 31 RBIs. Short out of the stretch now. That's a 4-9 left-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep right. Backing up is Callison at the track, at the wall, off the wall. That's extra bases. Pinson's going to have a double. Rose can try to score. 15, minus 4, 11. They're going to hold him up, trailing by 4. Closer game. He may have tried to go for it. But he didn't want to pull a Josh Naylor there. Sorry, couldn't resist. Okay, 1 out, second and third with a 4-run lead. The Phillies will play back as Tony Perez steps to the plate. Perez at 248, 1 homer, 7 RBIs. That's right, PTO today for Ben. There's Mookie. What's he going to do? Leap? There he goes. The leap. You've seen it. It's the exact same one that's on the videos and on my Patreon. Shorts pitch to Perez. 5'6" right-hander. Grounder to third base. Okay, with the infield back, I think he scores. Hang on here. Second and third B on a 5. Nope, runners hold. So that's a 5-3 runners hold. The Phillies get lucky on that play. It'll be up to Darren Johnson. Lined up on the pitch from short on a 3-7. Grounder to short. That's going to be Grote over to White. And Short wiggles out of it. No runs, 2 hits, a pair left in scoring position. It looks like it's going to be, or it could be, I shouldn't say it's going to be. It looks like it could be one of those days for the Reds. They're up against one tough customer here in Chris Short. Let's see how Sammy Ellis fares in the second. That's a very good question, Unmitigated. I doubt it. Although Ben's got the answer already. Short? Not at all short. He's 6'4". Cookie singled to lead off the game. Ellis into the windup. Here's the pitch to Rojas on a 3-4 hard smash to third. Helms fields it. Fires to Perez, 1 down. Reds fans hoping Ellis can settle down and keep this one from getting crazy as yesterday's game did. Here's Johnny Callison as Ellis goes into the windup. That's going to be a 5-9. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Third strikeout for Ellis. So after the hit by pitch, after he hit Bill White there, he did seem to settle down a bit. And here's Dick Allen. The pitch on a 3-10 righty, base hit into left field. 2 out single from Allen. He's 2 for 2. Yikes. Yeah, no thank you, sir. That 30 below, that is. Wow, Bobby Shantz just turned 100. Here's Bill White, runner at first, 2 down. Ellis out of the stretch. That's going to be a 2-8 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep right field. Harper back at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Home run, Bill White. The blowout is on. 2-out rally for the Phillies, a single by Dick Allen, a 2-run blast from Bill White, which we'll take another look at. 2-8, 1-14, he throws the 7. For White, that's homer number 11 on the season. That makes it 6-0 Phillies. Hank Fisher is ready in the Cincinnati pen. Very short leash on Ellis now as he pitches to Gonzalez. The windup, 1-7, fly to straightaway center. Pinson is there, and that'll do it. 2 runs, 2 hits, nobody left. 6-0 Phillies. It feels like deja vu all over again, as Short takes the mound for the bottom of the 2nd. Well, take care, Frank. Thanks for joining us. And have a great evening. Yeah, exactly. Half of the Cincinnati crowd going to get a beer by now. That's also true. All right, here's Tommy Helms. Helms on the year hitting .266, 4 home runs, 25 RBIs. Short into the windup. It's a 6'9" right-handed. That's ripped into left center. Extra bases, 1-14, and he's going to hold with a long single on the 18. Helms aboard with nobody out, and here's Leo Cardenas. Cardenas at .222, 10 home runs, 28 RBIs. The 10 home runs tied with Darren Johnson for the team lead. Short working from the stretch, comes into Cardenas with a 5-6 righty, hard smash to third. Taylor goes to Rojas for 1, on to White, not in time. That's going to be a fielder's choice. Helms forced at second. Here's the catcher, Jimmy Coker. Coker at .235, just 4 for 17. The backup catcher has not played much. He's actually technically the 3rd string catcher on this ball club. They have Johnny Edwards and Don Pavletic ahead of him. Short with the pitch. 1-8 left-handed, fly to straightaway center. Backing up is Gonzalez, and he makes the catch. And I think we're going to bat for Ellis. Hank Fisher will come in. Ellis in 2 innings, 5 hits, 6 runs. Walked 2 and hit a batter. He did strike out 3. But clearly Ellis doesn't have it today. Let's go to the bench. What the heck? They're going to try to A-R-N it right now with Art Shamsky. A-R-N meaning all or nothing, of course. And you'll see why when I give you Shamsky's stats. 167. He's 15 for 90, but 8 of the 15 hits for extra bases, 6 home runs. No, wait, that can't be. I'm sorry. Not against the left-hander. Ruiz is a weak. Dick Simpson will be the batter. I apologize. I was looking at Shamsky's card against righties. Simpson just 3 for 15. 2 of the 3 hits are home runs. So a similar situation. The pitch to Simpson on a 6-7, he walks him. Cardenas to second. First and second, 2 away, and it will be up to Tommy Harper. Harper still looking for his first home run of the year. His short comes set, the windup and the pitch on a 5-9. Grounder shortstop X, tough chance for Grote, 322. Here's the play. On a 19, he's there and throws him out. Fine play by Grote to end the inning. And for the Reds, no runs, a hit, 2 left. We go to the third, 6-0 Phillies. Frank headed for the Friday night lights. I tried to print those computer cards in monochrome, by the way, yesterday, and for some reason these new settings won't let me do it. It takes me to the HP whatever site, and it won't do anything. So I ordered a new color cartridge. Third inning, Dalrymple to lead it off. He struck out his first time up. New pitcher needed for Cincinnati. It's Hank Fisher, of course. Fisher will serve as the long man today. Fisher's only pitched in 1 game for the Reds. He came over in a trade. Let's take a look at that now. Fisher on the year, 1-5, 8.83. Yikes. Where did Fisher come from? Anybody remember? Because I don't. Was it the Mets? Here's the pitch to Clay Dalrymple. 2-9, high fly ball to deep right field. Harper back at the track, at the wall, off the wall for extra bases. Dalrymple cruises in with a stand-up double. That's going to bring up Dick Grote. Grote tripled in the first. Fisher with the pitch. 6'10" right-handed grounder to third base. Helms has it, looks the runner back, and throws him out. 1 away, and here's Taylor. Fisher gets the sign. The pitch to Taylor on a 6'8" righty. Fly ball to straightaway left. That's Darren Johnson, and he makes the catch. Thank you, Ernest. It was the Braves. Short, a 3 right-handed hitter. Fisher with a 2-3, grounder down to first. Tony Perez will take it himself, and that's the inning. So a scoreless inning by Hank Fisher. Let's see if the Reds can muster anything against Chris Short. Pete Rose will start it off. Rose, right-handed hitter, singled in the first. Short the windup and the pitch on a 4-3. He lifts it the other way to right field. Callison drifts over and makes the catch. And that'll bring up Veda Pinson, who doubled in the first. Short with the windup and the pitch. It's going to be a 1-8 lefty. Routine grounder to second. Rojas gloves it and throws him out. Short with a 6-run lead. He's coming right at these guys. Here's Perez. And here's Short's pitch on a 1-7. Comebacker. Short knocks it down, picks it up, and throws him out. 1-2-3 inning for Short. Through 3, 6-0 Phillies. Oh, wow, Larry, did he? This Fisher. Let's move along to the 4th inning. Top of the order for Philadelphia. Here's Cookie Rojas. Fisher gets the sign from Coker. And here's the pitch. It's a 6-5. Right-handed, grounded to short X. That's the steady Cardenas. 2E16. Into the hole goes Leo on a 2, and he knocks it down and has no play. It's an infield single for Cookie Rojas. And man, everything is going the Phillies' way. Most of the time, Cardenas makes that play, and here's Callison. Fisher working from the stretch. 5-7 lefty, and he loses him ball 4. And here we go again. First and second, nobody out. Just like the first inning, a single and a walk, and here's Dick Allen, who singled twice. Fisher gets the sign, the windup and the pitch. 5-7, grounder to short. Cardenas has this one to Rose for 1, to Perez, double play. 6-4-3, Rojas ends up at third base with 2 down. A big double play there. And here's Bill White, who homered his last time up. He was hit by the pitch his first time up. Coincidence? You decide. Fisher's pitch to White. 4-12 lefty, grounder to first base X. Tough chance for Tony Perez. Perez a 4-17. Here's the, whoa, okay, that's a reroll. 4-17 on a 20, and Perez makes the play and throws to Fisher for the out. Nice play by Perez. No runs, a hit, 1 left. So 2 good innings out of Fisher. We move to the bottom of the 4th. Darren Johnson will lead it off for Cincinnati. Short into the windup. 6-4 right-handed. Third base X. That's going to be a tough chance for Taylor. Taylor a 3-16. Ranging to his left. Here's the play on an 18. He's got it. Turns and fires to White for the out. Nice play by Tony Taylor there at third. And the hitter will be Tommy Helms. Short with the windup and the pitch. It's a 4-6 righty. Grounder to short. Grote charges it. Throws on the run in time. Short challenging them now. Here's Cardenas. Short wastes no time and comes in with a 5-4 righty. That's catcher's card. That's going to be Dalrymple. Dalrymple, an excellent catcher. 2E3. On N8, that's a pop out to the catcher, and that'll do it. 1-2-3 go the Reds in the 4th. 7 in a row now retired by Chris Short. Well, you know, you give a great pitcher a 6-run lead. This is what you expect. Phillies will send up Gonzalez, Dalrymple, and Grote here in the 5th. This will most likely be Fisher's last inning as he goes into the windup. The pitch on a 4-9 left-handed. That's ripped high and deep to right. Double to 17. That's over Harper's head for extra bases, and Gonzalez cruises in with a leadoff double. Rated 3 for relief endurance. This is Fisher's first endurance inning as Clay Dalrymple steps in, 1 for 2 on the day. He doubled his last time up. Fisher steadying the signs. The pitch on a 2-10 right-handed. That's ripped into the right center gap. Double to 8. That's going to be a double for Dalrymple. Back-to-back doubles, and it is 7-0. Activity in the Reds' pen. Holy cow. Okay, I got to look at the usage here on the Reds. There's no sense burning anybody in this game. They're getting Balshin loose. Balshin pitched in this game in real life. One more hitter walk. Hang on. No, that's true. 3. One more hitter walk will fatigue Fisher. And the hitter is Dick Grote. Welcoming in Bill Ivemy on a happy hour Friday. Fisher with the windup and the pitch. It's a 5-8 righty. And he walks him. And Fisher is fatigued. Hefner out to the mound. That's going to do it for Fisher. With Fisher due to bat second, we'll look for the double switch. Don't want to take those guys out. Maybe the left fielder. Yeah, let's do that. So Balshin's going to come in and go in Johnson's spot. Shamsky will go in the 9 spot and play left. As Balshin warms up, let's take a look at his numbers. Oh my God, I wish I hadn't. In 14 appearances, Balshin 0-2 with a 13.94 ERA. In 10 1/3 innings, he's been rocked for 23 hits. Well, to his credit, he hasn't given up a home run. Second and third, nobody out. Tony Taylor at the plate. Balshin into the windup. It's a 6-4 right-handed grounder, third base X. This could be 2. Helm's a good third baseman, 219. Here's the play on a 14. Error range. It's a 7. On a 19, Helms has it. He goes down to Rose for 1 to Perez. Double play. What a play by Tommy Helms. Holy cow, that's going to get a web gem. Dalrymple ends up at third with 2 down. And now the batter is short. Balshin Boston's pitch is a 3-11 righty. Lazy fly ball to left. Shamsky is there to put it away, and that'll do it. So the Phillies settle for 1 on 2 hits and leave a man. Halfway through, they lead it 7-0. Right, unmitigated. Isn't that weird? He's just been pummeled, and without giving up a single home run. Obviously, the card is much better than that. Boston would be high in the running for unluckiest card of the replay so far, but remember, it's only 10 1/3 innings. So you talk about a small sample size. Okay, here we go. It's Coker, Shamsky, and Harper for the Reds as they try to get something going against Short, who's only allowed 3 hits so far. Short into the windup. That's a 3-8 lefty. Routine grounder to Short. Grote is there and throws him out. Short is just pounding the strike zone with the big lead, and here's Shamsky. Left on left matchup on a 6-7, swung on and missed, strike 3. And here's Harper 0 for 2. The pitch was so short, 4-10 right-handed. Fly ball to left, a tweener. Dick Allen waiting for it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Chris Short. 10 in a row now, retired by Short. It's all Phillies, 7-0. Let's take a moment and look in on the chat before we go to the 6th. Anybody got a trivia question today? Anybody doing anything fun this weekend? Welcome to another edition of Baseball Blowout Theater. Balshin, I've said it before, but for those who don't know, Jack Balshin was a key part of the Frank Robinson, Milt Pappas deal. Yikes, Larry, no it does not. I've had 3 or 4 of them. Actually, it's the prep that sucks. Procedure itself is nothing. You know what? I'm going to get a cup of coffee here. And then we'll move to the 6th. Yeah, Ben's had one. My guess is, considering the age of this group, most of us have had at least one. All righty, 6th inning. Balshin pitching to the top of the order. Here's the windup and the pitch for Kiki Rojas. It's a 3-6 righty, and Rojas ground ball through the middle and into center field for a single for his 3rd hit of the afternoon. The Phillies are just hitting everybody today. That'll bring up Callison. Balshin from the stretch. The pitch to Johnny Callison on a 6-6 left-handed. Base hit into right field. They're waving Cookie to third, and he'll be in there. The Phillies have runners at the corners and nobody out. Do they have a lefty? other than Billy McCool, of course. Usage display. We could go to Davidson, who pitched in real life. Joe Nuxall's scheduled to start the next game. Don Notabart throwing in the Reds' pen. We've got trivia for Bill, from Bill, I mean. 1966, most homers, fewer than 100 RBIs. Wow, in this season. I'm just going to throw out a guess and say Tommy Agee because he batted leadoff a lot. Oh, and he's a Hall of Famer. Runners at the corners, infield at double play depth. Balshin's pitch to Dick Allen. 4-7. That is a liner to third, single to 18. That's going to be a base hit for Allen, and Rojas scores. And Balshin is fatigued. Well, of course he is. Callison stops at second, and here comes Hefner again. Same old story for Jack Balshin. Looked promising in the fifth. And in comes Don Notabart. I'm actually looking for some uncarded guy I can use. We might end up with Dom Zanni in this game, or Zani. Larry nails it. The score is now 8-0. Notabart comes in. And somebody's going to have to suck it up, and it may as well be Notabart, as he's rated 3 for relief endurance. Bill White, the batter. Notabart ready to go to work. Here's the windup down the pitch on a 2-7 right-handed. Right in the heart of his good column, he pops one up to center field. Pinson waits on it and puts it away, 1 away. Tony Gonzalez steps in, 1 for 2. I didn't give him his ribby for that sac fly. Here's the pitch from Notabart. 6-7, grounder to second base X. This could be 2. That's Pete Rose, a 217. And here's the play on a 14, and his only play is to first, and the runners move up. So a nice play by Rose, unable to get the double play. Callison goes to third, Allen to second, and with 2 down, the batter will be Clay Dalrymple. Dalrymple back-to-back doubles. Struck out in the first, doubled in the third, doubled in a run in the fifth. Notabart ready to go. The pitch on a 5-6 lefty. That's going to score two as he rips it down the right field line. Over to try to cut it off is Harper. He'll hold him to a long single, but Callison and Allen both score. Oh my goodness. I have to add it up now. It is 10-0. Like I say, it feels like yesterday all over again. Here's Grote. The pitch from Notabart is going to be a 5-7 righty. Swung on and missed. Strike three. And that's the inning. Phillies, 3 more out of 4 hits. They leave one. Ben says stop. Okay, hang on. I did something wrong there. Oh, I looked at 3-7 and it was 6-7, right? Or 5-7. It's 6-7. Thank you, Ben. Hang on. We're doing a little replay review. May not be over yet. That would be a second base X with Grote up. And that's going to be Rose at 217. The play to Rose on a 19. He makes the play. So instead of a strikeout, it's a 4-3-X. So 2 plays by Rose. And now we're caught up. Oh, yes, Mangler. Absolutely serious. I welcome all help and input from the chat, including managerial decisions. And that doesn't mean I'm going to do it, but I certainly welcome the opportunity to consider it. Short cruising as we go to the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Rose, Pinson, and Perez. Or as my old boss would say, I'll look into that. I remember the one time I was so PO'd, I slammed my fist on the desk and said, I'm tired of stuff being looked into. I want something done about it today. He says, shut the door and sit down, Steve. Rose starts it off 1 for 2. Short with the pitch on a 2-2. Pops him up. Left side. Grote will take it. And here's Veda Pinson. Pinson 1 for 2. Short with a windup in the pitch on a 2-5. Pinson dunks that one into left field for a base hit. Dalrymple a -2, so Pinson not held at 13. Certainly not going to try that trailing by 10. And here's Tony Perez. Short out of the stretch. It's a 1-9 left-handed. Struck him out. And I've appreciated every bit of it, Ben. We're going to hit for Notabart? No. You know what? We're not, because I'm not going to waste Davidson and McCool in a game like this. 2-5 struck him out. I say I've got guys that I've never made cards for. We've got Dom Zanny, who pitched 7 innings. Daryl Osteen, who's terrible. He worked 15. Why does this keep jumping around on me? And then you've got John Satoris, who only pitched 1 inning. I don't use people like that. Okay. Notabart's going to be out there for a while. Somebody has to take one for the team in a 10-0 game. Mookie looking down from the cheap seats as if to say, why are you even bothering to play? Because, Mook, that's what we do. Here's Taylor, Notabart into the windup. It's a 2-11 right-handed grounder back to Notabart. Throws it to Perez. And there's one out. Short will, of course, bat. Right-handed hitter on a 1-4. Comebacker, Notabart again. Notabart's getting good at this. And here's Cookie Rojas. 3 for 4 today. Here's the windup and the pitch on a 3-10 righty. Lifts it to right field and playable. Harper is there. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Don Notabart. Attendance for this game, 6,359. It's down to about 2,800 by now. As we go to the Mookie stretch. Mookie, what are you doing? You were looking over here. Meow. 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 Hey. Meow. 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 This is odd because he's usually looking out the window when he's up there. What do you think, Mookie? Is it snack time yet? Snack time? No response. Michael's here. It's funny how dogs can see pictures. Apparently cats cannot see TV. Although, I mean, that's what they say. I'm not sure if I totally believe that or not. Because I've certainly caught Mookie staring into the screen, but apparently they interpret the pixels differently. So they're just seeing, from what I've read, they're just seeing like an array of colors or something like that. But I had one video I'd recorded of driving in the car, and when I put it on, he jumps up on the turntable and just stares out the front window of the car on the screen as the road moving towards him, right? As if he thinks he's riding again. Good to see you again, Michael. Well, let's finish this one off, fellas. Here's Tommy Helm, short into the windup. 410 right-handed, lazy fly to left. Dick Allen under it. One away. Short only allowed 4 hits as he issues the pitch to Leo Cardenas on a 6-7 righty. He walks him. Only the second walk issued by Short. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Jimmy Coker. Short out of the stretch. Comes in with a 1-7 lefty. Fly ball to straightaway left. Dick Allen glides over a bit and makes the catch. It will be up to Art Shamsky with 2 down. Left on left matchup, and here's the pitch on a 4-8 lefty. Shamsky rips that one deep to right. 1-15. It's over Callison's head. It's a 2-star double. Stopping at third is Cardenas. That will have no effect on Short's endurance. He's rated 8 for starter endurance. We're only in the 7th. Second and third, 2 down, and here's Tommy Harper. Cincinnati trying to get on the board against Short. Short's pitch to Harper on a 1-5. Routine grounder to second. Rojas fields it, tosses it to White, and the shutout is intact. And frankly, that's the only thing left to root for, isn't it? For Short to get the complete game shutout. Don Notabart entering his 3rd inning of relief and his 1st endurance inning. Callison, Allen, and White due up. Here's Callison. 1 for 2 with a pair of walks. Notabart into the windup. 4-5. Left-handed, he lifts it to right field. Harper drifts over and puts it away. That'll bring up Dick Allen, who's 3 for 4 today. Here's the pitch from Notabart. 3-7, struck him out. Umpire rings him up, called strike 3. Take it easy, Unmitigated. We'll catch you on the next one. Have a great weekend. 2 down for Bill White. Here's the pitch from Notabart. 3-8 righty. He bangs that one into right field for a 2-out single. That'll get Tony Gonzalez to the plate. Notabart staring in. Here's the pitch. 3-7. Base hit into right field. White rounds and takes third. Now Notabart 1-hitter walk from fatiguing, and the batter will be Clay Dalrymple, who's 3 for 4 today. Notabart ready to work. Here's the pitch to Clay. It's a 2-4. Grounder to first. Perez will take it himself. And that'll do it in the 8th. Phillies leave a pair. And we go to the bottom of the inning. All eyes on Chris Short now. First endurance inning for Short. It'll be Rose, Pinson, and Perez. I want to thank everybody for watching. And believe me, I don't blame you if you leave early. I'd leave this game early myself. Tomorrow we'll be back to our normal 1:30 start time. Short into the windup. 6-8 righty. That's a grounder to first, single to 16, and that is going to be a base hit for Pete Rose. Leadoff single for Rose. He's 2 for 4. And here's Vada Pinson, 2 for 3, singled his last time up. Short working from the stretch, something he hasn't done much today. And on a 4-6 lefty, swung on and missed, strike 3. Short makes short work of Pinson, And here's Tony Perez. Short's pitch on a 6-11 righty, base hit up the middle. Rose can go to third. No. Station to station, trailing by 10. Will bat. Don Pavletic will be the pinch hitter. So we're going to see Zanny in the ninth. Probably the only time this year. First and second, one away. Short pitch to Pavletic is a 2-8 left-handed. He bangs that into center for a base hit. Rose can score. 15, Gonzalez is 0. Again, trailing by 10. There's really no point in doing that. The bases will be loaded and Short is fatigued. Gene Mott coming out. Short says, hang on a minute, Gene. I'm still technically pitching a shutout and we lead by 10. And Gene Mott says, okay. Here's Helms, bases loaded, one out, infield at double play depth. Short trying to stay in the game with a miracle double play. The pitch to Helms on a 1-6. He bangs a single into left field. That's going to score Rose. Perez can try to score. He will not. He'll stop at third. And it's 10-1. Right. A lot of righties. Ray Culp is ready in the Philly pen. With the shutout gone, there's really no reason to not take Short out at this point. So Mott comes out and he brings the hook this time. So it was not to be for Chris Short. Looked like he was cruising to the shutout. Ends up going 7 1/3. 9 hits, 2 walks, and strikeouts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in comes Ray Culp. Culp, the right-hander. Pavletic's at second. Cardenas, the hitter. Bases loaded, 1 down. Culp ready to go to work. Here's the windup and the pitch. 6-7 righty. Double to 2, fly ball center field. That's Gonzalez who makes the catch, and on the play, Perez tags and scores to make it 10-2. Here's Coker now. 2 down. First and second. Culp with a 5-3. Pitcher X. 2E26 for Culp. Here's the play on a 17. Error range of 5 on a 26. It's an error on Culp. And the inning is prolonged. Helms to second. Pavletic to third. And the hitter will be Shamsky. Bases loaded, 2 down. Error Philadelphia. Culp with the windup and the pitch on a 5-8. High fly ball to deep right field. Back is Callison at the track, at the wall. It's gone. It's a grand slam home run for Art Shamsky. Can you believe it? Pavletic scores. Helms scores. Coker scores. And it's 10-6. Hold the phone, indeed. Holy cow. The Reds are going to bat around in the bottom of the 8th. And suddenly it's Darryl Knowles throwing in the Phillies pen. We didn't think we'd be seeing him get up today. Culp will face Harper. Here's the windup and the pitch to Harper on a 3-7 fly ball to straightaway center. Gonzalez is there to make the catch, and that'll do it. But an amazing rally by the Reds in the 8th. 6 runs, 5 hits. Of course, that should have been the 3rd out. So 4 of the runs are unearned as far as Culp's concerned. No, actually 2 of his. And 2 of Short. So that means Short gave up 4 runs, 2 earned. Wow, are you guys as stunned as I am? I thought we cruised to a Chris Short complete game. Suddenly it's 10-6. And yeah, forget about Don Zanny. Ted Davidson's coming on. Don Zanny's appearance will have to wait for another day. Grote, Taylor in the pitcher's spot. Davidson, a lefty. On the season, 2-1, 4.22 for Davidson. Grote standing in from the right side. Davidson ready to work. Here's the pitch on a 3-6 lefty, and he walks him. Second walk by Dick Grote today, and here's Tony Taylor. Davidson from the stretch. It's a 1-10 grounder to the pitcher. Davidson goes to Rose for 1, back to first, not in time. That'll be a 1-4 force. Phillies will hit for Culp. And Darryl Knowles will be coming on. Phillies are going to send up Bob Uecker to pinch hit. Why not? Might as well have some fun with it. Davidson pitched to Uecker on a 3-11. He grounds it to first. Perez to his right. His only play is to first, and Taylor takes second. And here's Cookie Rojas now. 3 for 5. Davidson into the windup. 5-6 righty. Fly to center. Playable for Pinson. And that'll do it. No runs, no hits, a man left. Go to the bottom of the 9th. The Reds need 4 to tie. And Darryl Knowles takes the mound. Knowles has been outstanding. He's 4-3, 4 saves, 1.33. In 41 innings of work, he's allowed just 23 hits. Pretty much the heart of the order. Rose, Pinson, Perez, and if anybody gets on, a pinch hitter. Rose 2 for 4, batting right-handed against Knowles. Here's the pitch on a 3-5, base hit up the middle, and the leadoff man is aboard. Oh my. There's a few hundred fans in the parking lot who are having second thoughts. Vada Pinson, 2 for 4. Knowles out of the stretch. 6-8, and it's ball 4. Holy cow. Would you look at this? First 2 batters reach, and here's Tony Perez. Not much left on this bench, unfortunately. Chico Ruiz steps into the on-deck circle. Actually, on second thought, make that Mel Queen. Perez 1 for 4. Knowles into the windup. 5-7 righty, and that's ripped into right center. Double to 5, it's a single, and a run will score. Perez with an RBI single, and it's 10-7 as Rose crosses the plate. All the way to third goes Pinson. Now it's the tying run at the plate. And they're all weak. All 3 of their pinch hitters are weak. It's going to be Mel Queen hitting for the Reds. Queen just 1 for 18 on the season, but he has drawn 5 base on balls, and that's what he's looking for here against Knowles. Still nobody out. Terry Fox throwing now in the Philly pen. Knowles pitching to Mel Queen on a 2-7 fly ball to center field question mark. Gonzalez makes the catch. And they're going to hold him up. That's the first out. Man, not a single batter with N power. Cardenas on deck has some power. Helms 2 for 4. Runners at the corners, 1 down. Knowles from the stretch. 4-4 right-handed. Fly ball to left. Shallow fly ball. Allen comes in and makes the catch, and the runner has to hold. Well, his run doesn't matter anyway. And they're down to their last out. Cardenas with a little pop. Cardenas actually more power against right-handed pitching. Ten to 7. Runners at the corners. 2 down in the 9th. Knowles pitching to Cardenas. Here's the pitch on a 2-9. Cardenas comes through and rips it for a base hit. Double to 2. He drives in a run. Pinson scores all the way to third. Goes Perez. 10 to 8, and the tying run is aboard. And here's Coker. 1, 2, 3 hits and a walk. I'm tempted to bring in Fox here. The only problem with that strategy, if you're the Phillies, is on deck is Shamsky, who's a left-handed hitter. They would have no counter for that. Remember, the Reds' bench is basically empty. Knowles will pitch to Coker. Knowles pitched to Jimmy Coker on a 3-6. He pops him up. That's going to do it as Rojas puts it away. But what a nail-biter finish for a 10-0 game. It ends up being 10-8. Well, if you like offense and late rallies, this was the game for you. Wow. I don't even believe this. I'll try to make some sense out of the totals here. Thank you, Mike. I have to admit I'd given up on it. Okay, we've got Fisher with 2+, 1, 2, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. Then you've got Balshin, 1+, 3 hits, 3 runs, you've got Notabart with 3 innings, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Davidson with an inning, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Ellis, of course, the loser, 3 6. Short, it wasn't pretty, but Short gets the win. He's 6 6. Actually, he pitched a pretty good game, 2 unearned runs. Culp came in here. In 2/3, he gave up 1 hit, 2 runs, none earned. No walks, no strikeouts. Knowles pitched an inning, 3 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and no strikeouts. No save for Knowles. It wasn't a save situation. Hell, he almost imploded. That would have been something, wouldn't it, Larry? I'll tell you what, when it got to that point, I was too. Initially, I was rooting for Short to pitch the shutout. Wow. Player of the game, anybody? Mangler likes Short. I don't know who to give it to. A lot of good offensive. Shamsky, Dalrymple. Phillies 10 runs, 15 hits and an error. The Reds 8 runs, 13 hits, no errors. Bill likes Clay Dalrymple. Anybody else? That's a good point, Ben. Short did pitch well for 7 1/3. You almost can't blame him for the 2 unearned runs. Bill, you give me 10 runs, I can pitch. Anyone else? We've got 2 votes for Short and 1 for Dalrymple. I'll give you a minute to think about it. I'll tell you what's up for tomorrow. I'm slowly but surely figuring out this Windows 11. I'm not crazy about it. Tomorrow we've got the Chicago Cubs at the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's Bob Henley versus Don Drysdale. 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. All right, that cinches it. It's going to be Short. And it wasn't easy today. Not an easy choice. All right. Well, that's a wrap. I don't know about 95, Ben, but I wouldn't mind going back to 8. Yeah, when I did it, I couldn't find my pictures. I couldn't find my download folder. I couldn't find my documents folder. Eventually, I figured that out. Then I couldn't get my screensaver to work. It says, no pictures in pictures. Well, hell, they're right there, computer. I could see it. All right, on that note, I'm going to get out of here. Everybody enjoy the games, enjoy your evening, and hopefully see you tomorrow. Today's the pivotal game for the Mariners and the Jays. Take care, everybody. It's lunchtime.